Well, today we will journey to a place rarely seen on travel videos, for we will be journeying to the center of the world. Here we are at the center of the world in Felicity, California, just a stone's throw away from Pilot Knob LTVA campgrounds. Let's go explore. The center of the world is also home to the history of humanity and our planet, engraved on huge granite walls for posterity. Here is the parking area where there is a honor system to pay the $5 to tour the monument. This item here, boarded up, is a bronze sculpture of the Hand of God, which points to the church on the hill in the background. As we look from left to right, we see the gift shop, the post office, the pyramid, and the cafe, along with other buildings. And as we go farther to the right, you'll see in the distance an old rusty spiral staircase, which we will visit later. Here's their little gift shop with pyramids, glasses, caps, the usual. Here's a plaque on the outside of the building. And I found out talking to one of the people here that this place does not officially open until after Thanksgiving because of the hot weather they have down here. So if I want to come back after Thanksgiving, I can get a certificate that I've been to the center of the world and get inside the pyramid. They did, however, allow us to see an 8-minute video about the history of this place, which is fascinating. So here's the pyramid, and within the pyramid on the floor is a plaque that designates the center of the world. The pyramid is made out of a beautiful rose-colored stone. And if we could look inside the slots here, you could see the inside. And inside is a plaque on the floor designating the center of the world. As you can see, there are several hundred granite slabs that make up this monument, and I'm told there's over 150 blank ones yet to be filled with the history of humanity and the world. Let's go over and take a look at some of these. These are all done by hand by just a handful of artists over the time. This is the center panel, the history of California and the history of Arizona. And this is placed such that when you're on the side reading about California, you're facing the state of California. And when you're on the side of the history of Arizona, you're facing towards the state of Arizona. The history of California. This segment is the Korean War Memorial. These panels are about 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide, and there seems to be 30 panels per section. This section here tells about the French Legion and the wars that France has fought in around the world. Both in French and English, it tells the history of the Legion and the wars they were involved in and the struggles they were fighting in. This is another segment dedicated to life on Earth and all the animals. We go down here, and this is a history of all animals on Earth, in the sea, in the air, wherever you might find life. And the other side is all the oceans of the world, since life depends heavily on water on this planet. For without water, there would be no life of any kind that we know. Also talks of life on the sea, battles on the sea, how we get our energy from the sea. These plaques, engraved in granite for all time, are the history of humanity, its struggles, its triumphs, and its failures, and the knowledge we have gained while exploring our own planet. At the different ends of each of these rows, they have little information tidbits to make you stop and think. This row of engraved granite slabs is dedicated to the history of the United States. If I start on my right and go down to the end, turn around and come back up the other side, it will tell the history of the United States in chronological order, from its discovery to the present. It's amazing to think one person or a handful of artists have done all of this engraving in granite by hand and eye only. These sections here are dedicated to the history of humanity. This is the history of civilization on this planet, how it developed, the countries that developed, and how man strove to conquer his environment and expand his understanding of the planet he lived on. Here is a bird's eye view of the entire monument. You can see how huge and expansive the engraved granite panels are, and they're still being engraved today, with plenty more to fill. These granite tablets telling the history of humanity and all life on Earth will be, I hope, not a footnote to those in the future that find them, whether it be future humans or visitors from another planet in our future. Like I said, this is the history of humanity, so it covers many countries, many beliefs, and many sections of learning. It talks about the birth of several different world religions and how they started, developed, and grew across the globe. It talks about how man advanced in knowledge, civilization, and development. It covers man's struggle to rule himself and create a civilized civilization. And it also shows the rise and fall of all the civilizations that were created on Earth. It also shows great discoveries and leaps in knowledge man had in metallurgy and many other facts of science, medicine, math, and nature. This is a fascinating center stone. It says, "Nothing in excess." On behalf of the people of the world, this monument is designed as a key for visitors of the far distant future to understand our writings. So they have a saying in different languages that you can compare as you go around the stone to help you decipher what each language means. And there's still room for other languages to be added. This is a ever-growing monument to humanity and life on Earth. This monument should be on the list of every teacher in grade school, high school, and college for their students to come and spend the day to learn about their true history, the world, and all of humanity. Now, let's climb the stairs up the hill to the church on the mound and take a bird's eye view looking back down to this. You travel on Interstate 8 between San Diego and Yuma. This is one place you must stop and put on your to-see list. It is fantastic. Looking farther across I-8 towards the mountains is where Pilot Knob LTVA is. It's a pretty nice area, I thought. Now let's go over here and check out this old rusted circular staircase just standing on its own. What is this thing? There's a plaque there. Let's see if we can read it. What does that thing say? This is section 12 of the original spiral staircase built on the Eiffel Tower back in 1889. And here's another plaque at the base. What does that say? 500 feet from the second level to the top was removed in 1988, cut in 20-foot sections and replaced by a lighter staircase. This section, number 12, of the original stairs was climbed by many of the 100 million visitors to the Eiffel Tower between 1869 and 1983. Imagine that. And here it is in the California desert for all who pass between San Diego and Yuma to see. Before the girls and I sign off, we'd like to leave you with this final thought engraved on the monument of humanity for all to see. Unless we destroy ourselves or succumb to a cosmic accident, our destiny should be set on a path to the stars. May distant descendants, perhaps far from planet Earth, view our collective history with understanding and affection. Well, I hope you all enjoyed our tour of the center of the world and its fantastic engraved history of humanity and the planet. It's something I think all people should go and see and experience and read. It's very educational and very thought-provoking. So, the girls and I, as you can see, are getting ready to go hit the sack tonight. We're going to get things together, make some plans, and we have some other areas in mind that we'd like to go and explore and check out some other long-term visitor areas that we can now access with our pass. So, I think I speak for all of us when I say we wish you happy trails and woof woof.